They're the big garden supplier's supplier. This is what they bring to us, and it is so incredibly special. This is the 3-piece Monarch Magic Floss flowering live plant. Now, the thing that you're getting here, you're actually getting 3 of the Monarch Magic, and they're drought tolerant, they attract pollinators, and from what I read before our show, butterflies cannot resist. Katie DeBow is here with us to talk to us all about this gorgeous flowering set of plants. It's $34 to get them all home, and they're free shipping. Hi, friend.
Hey.
Look at your beautiful sweater.
Thank you.
Happy gardening season.
Happy gardening season. What did Devin say? Like 49
days
till
Not that
spring?
we're counting.
I know, man. And when I left the studio a little bit, like for 5 minutes today, it's garden day, and I went outside, and it was 5 o'clock, and it was still light out. I know.
Oh, it's coming.
Yes.
Katie, everybody, is a gardening expert, but I have to tell you, I have seen you, or actually heard you, in so many podcasts.
Oh my goodness, it's been a busy year.
I love your tips videos.
Thank you.
But you've got to follow her on social, because she not only presents here at QVC, but she is an absolute diehard expert. These are so gorgeous. I love the color. And I love that they're fluffy.
They're so fluffy. I know. So they like knock out so many things. I posted them on Facebook earlier, a little video about them, and all the comments were 2 things: blue flowers and butterflies. I mean, how do you not? And what's another B that we could come up with? Beautiful.
Bodacious.
Bodacious. So these are an annual, which means they come back. They don't come back every year. So they're going to give it their all in one season.
Okay.
So where does that make them great for? That makes them great for places where you want lots of color, lots of impact. They're going to be shorter growing. They only grow to be about a foot tall and a little over a foot wide. So when you're talking about spaces like front of borders, you're looking at spaces like window boxes. We have them here where, so have you heard the term spiller, filler, thriller for containers? Look at this spiller. Look how it is just falling over the edge. I mean, I don't want to hurt it, but look at the edge of the container way in there.
Wow.
So, and look how dense it is. And remember, an annual. So this is what you are going to see by the middle of your growing season.
Okay, so we get them about this size.
Yes, correct.
And we get them shipped to us when it's time to plant.
Yes.
How long from this until Miss Bodacious right here?
So it depends on where you live, and of course with proper care, which means good watering and love, although they're really easy. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
About half your growing season. So let's say for here in Pennsylvania, July-ish.
Okay.
Early July. But a couple weeks, like 4 to 6 weeks, you will start to see, or they'll, look, I mean, they're ready to bloom. Like, they might come with flowers, yours may or may not, but they are going to be full size.
So cute.
Maybe by your 4th of July parties, let's say.
Brian, can you get in there too? I want everybody to see how fluffy. I feel like that little girl from the cartoon movie who's like, it's so fluffy. Look how cute. These have so much personality and so much texture to your garden. Okay, so what do we do to care for them? We want them to live all summer.
So once you get them and you plant them, remember they're going to be about 2 feet wide. So whether you're putting them in a container, we have them here with our blueberry rose of Sharon tree. So this is a tree. You can underplant them under trees. They can take part sun, full sun 4 hours a day. They can take a little bit of shade. But you just need to make sure that you are putting them in a place that gets the right kind of conditions. They'll take any kind of soil. So it doesn't really matter if you have clay soil. You know, I've been on all day today. We've had a lot of tools where people talk about when you have clay soil, sandy soil. They'll take all of those conditions. They're really such an easy plant. Most of our annuals are easy care. They want to bloom. That is their job. You have the care guide here.
I do.
And this is going to give you all the tips on how much sun, how big they get. My biggest tip for any annual is feed them.
Yeah,
feed them. And actually, I wanted to make a note. Someone commented on my Facebook page earlier today, where's Cottage Farms' fertilizer? And I'm like, it's right there on the page. We rebranded. It's now called NPK Plus.
Oh.
So it's still from us. You can trust that this is the same formula, but it's a different name and it's in a bag. So
and it's on the screen. The item number is right there. M133419. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got it. Because it's really tiny in our studio. Here's the thing too, we can get that now. These will ship to you when it's time to plant them. 500 have already been picked up in the show. And Brian, did you say we only have about 1,800 left? These are supposed to be for the season.
I know. know.
And it's day one.
And these are brand new. I mean, these.
So we're reserving our orders.
We are reserving our orders, and these are the kind of flower that this is not. Listen, I shop a lot of places. I visit trial gardens. I go to lots of places.
Yeah.
These are not the kind of plant you're going to find in your garden center.
No.
There are beautiful annuals that we have at our garden centers, but these are something unique and different. So if you are thinking, I want to try a new annual this year. I want to try a blue annual this year. I mean, maybe you're not familiar with gardening.
Maybe you want to go Americana in your garden. You could have a little red, white. Here's the blue is the hardest to find. Blue is the hardest color to find in nature.
It absolutely is.
And the other thing, these are spreaders too.
They
and
are.
I find at the garden store, spreaders are usually more expensive. These are not. These are $6.80 on Easy Pay, and they ship for free. So I mean, I don't have to lug all that stuff in the back of my car. It just shows up at the front door. This is great. I love Magic Floss. And you said butterflies can't resist.
So yes. So in the trial gardens, when we saw these, we immediately knew the color that you would love them for their color. I mean, this is such a stunner, and the fluffiness, right? But then it was like, of all the plants in the trial garden, the butterflies were all over, the monarch butterflies of all.
Super important.
Super important. So if milkweed is a plant that you have in your garden, if you have other pollinator plants, or if you just love seeing beautiful butterflies in your garden, they will flock to this
and it's
Magic Floss.
super important to take care of our pollinators. Oh my gosh, anybody who works backstage is probably giggling a little bit because I have a whole spiel about bees.
Good.
So important.
Yes.
And they're on the rise. Thank you for all your efforts. But we still have to work hard. And the monarchs too.
The monarchs really need our help.
Yeah, desperately so. And so anything that will attract the butterflies attracts me because I want to support them. And I love the fact that we're getting a 3-piece. So they are blue, they're fluffy, and we get them home. Can we plant them in the ground in a container, and how much water?
Yes, so you can plant them in the ground or in a container. When you're thinking about in the ground, if you want to cover multiple space, these will be about a foot and a half wide. So you may have to consider how much space you need for how many of these you have. And then as far as water, especially when they're young, with any new plant, I really urge you to check on them that first week, that first month, and then they're annuals. If they're in containers, they're going to dry out faster than if they're in the ground. So you're going to be checking on your annuals every couple of days in the heat, but then once they get more established, every week or so.
Okay, everybody grab them while you can. They're flying quickly. M132751, very popular in the show. They're on free shipping and Easy Pay, so feel free to pick up more than one. Katie, so good to see you.
See you too.
Thank you.
Yay, have a good one.
Thank you. Hey everybody, just a heads up. I know we've been giving you the heads up about the ultimate